getting to have you guys as parents. And I was thinking about how both you and Mom did it in uncharted territory. And Mom, unfortunately, losing your mom when you were really young. So you didn't have a great model to know what it's like to be a mom. And Dad, your dad, who was a saint of a man, and clearly passed things on to you that you passed on to us. And hopefully there's a little bit of Max that's in all of us around the table. But he was 48 when you were born, and you were born during the Depression. So when you guys started having kids in 58 and 60 and 62 and the Beatles and all that stuff, you know, you wrote your own book on how to raise kids, and we've all benefited so much from that. So just thank you both from the bottom of our hearts, because so much happiness from day one, you saw it in the videos, to today. So I feel incredibly fortunate at age 47 for everything that I've had, and so much is owed to the two of you. I do have a story I want to tell, but I want to just tick off a few things that I just really remember. First, one memory that's so vivid in my mind, and you were talking tonight about me walking, is I remember so vividly sitting in the Jaguar with you, driving to Wenatchee for an Indian Guides weekend. And if there was anything Dad wanted to do less than go snow skiing, it was probably go camping with Ted Nark and Indian Guides, and Howard Rosenthal and whoever else might have been in our tribe. But I so remember going on that trip together.
Pardon me, can you guys hold off for a few minutes on clearing the table?
Sure.
Yeah, let it finish. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's dropping. Thank you.
I so remember that trip, and it was just so much fun going with you, and Senator Magnuson had to wait because we were going away on Indian Guides. Was great fun. I remember some incredible experiences that you always included us, from having lunch in the Senate dining room with Scoop Jackson, and sitting in there, and there's all these senators, and what am I doing in there? I kind of knew what Dad was doing in there, but you always included us to, I remember my first cup of coffee, and it was with you at a meeting with Jacob Rothschild, and Dad took each of the sons, not sure about Leah, but at least each of the boys got to go on really neat trips. And keeping up with you, Jeff will vouch for this, impossible. So, such a pace. And I remember being in this meeting with you, with Jacob Rothschild and Rothschild Bank and all this sort of stuff. That's all I could do to try and stay awake. So they come with the fancy coffee. Yes, I'll have one.
How old were you?
I guess I was probably 17.
Okay.
And just so many neat things. But above all that, it's so much fun. And so you look at the book that Leanne put together, and even though she was up till 4:30, it was easy because of all the amazing things that you and Mom have shared with us. And the one I wanted to tell, and I wanted to let Jeff go first because I thought he might tell it, was our YPO river rafting trip.
Oh my
God. That was on my list.
How old were you all?
So if there was David Letterman, Dad's favorite, least favorite things, I think snow skiing was one. Probably Indian Guides with Ted Nark was two. And 5 days of river rafting, probably 3. But Dad thinks it's YPO, so it's going to be luxury. And rudely awakened to find out, not only is it not luxury, but everything we have with us for 5 days, food, clothes, shelter, is in our raft for 5 days. So that means shelter is a tarp, and you sleep on the ground. So not a surprise to anybody. One night there's rumors of a skunk going around camp. So who do you think doesn't sleep that night? No, Jeff and I slept great, but Dad was on watch, and the skunk did not bother us. And then another night, and we're sleeping outside. It was really an amazing trip. We had a great time. No, just the boys. And then I'll save the night. One day we go to hike up to see some Indian hieroglyphics. And by the way, there's no alcohol. This is an outward bound in nature, really, really interesting trip. And so we're climbing up this long rockway to get to these Indian hieroglyphics, and fortunately somebody brings water. Thank God, because it's hot and we're climbing. And exercise wasn't Dad's favorite thing.
Plus, he had gotten a late start. He was stuck behind, so he's running to catch up.
And so one of the other men, and Dad says, "Oh God, I'm so thirsty. Can I have something to drink?" One of the other men hands him a bottle, and he's so happy and drinks it and a big shot. Well, it turns out Dad just turns white and is gasping for air. It's like straight vodka. And if he says anything, like that man gets thrown out, this is like his buddy, the woodpecker guy. So poor Dad's gasping for air, but doesn't want to say anything to get the other man in trouble. And then on our third night, it's a thunder and lightning and rainstorm, the likes of which I haven't ever seen. And so we have one tarp to keep us dry, and it's 7 of us plus the girl who helps kind of just guide our boat a little bit. And she's a little gamey, a little bit nature. I'm 14, and I happen to be sleeping next to her. And right as she takes her top off before she climbs into her sleeping bag, I thought, well, gee, this is kind of interesting. wasn't expecting that. And we've got an oar that holds the tent up. Is the only thing holding it up. So condensation, you guys familiar with that? It's warm on the inside and cold on the outside. Get condensation, starts dripping. So pouring rain, condensation, and the tarp's like 3 inches from our face. Poor Dad wakes up during the night, third night of sleeping on the ground in the sleeping bag. He didn't sleep the night before because he's on skunk watch. It's pouring down rain, and he's got to get some air because there's no air in condensation. So he starts wiggling out of his sleeping bag, knocks the oar down, the tarp is down, all 8 of us drenched in water, and what can we say other than what the hell? But what a great trip that we had, and Dad, just so many fun memories, and so many things like Jeff said that you and Mom would do because you knew that we would enjoy it, and if we enjoyed it, you always enjoyed it. And that made it great. And so a toast to you for so much happiness that you give me. And it's happiness in terms of what we enjoy as a family, but honestly it's also happiness because, and forgive me for being immodest, but I'd like to think I have a fair bit of you in me, and I think we all do. And that makes me a happy person, that when I can emulate you, and I've learned from you how important my wife and kids are, and that's given me so much happiness. And the way you always treated Grandma and Grandpa is what we've learned, and it all just makes for a happy life. So you've taught me so much in so many ways, but the best thing that you've taught me is how to enjoy life and how to enjoy family. And I can't tell you how much I really thank you for that. And the last thing, just to speak to that I just want to say, and I know Leanne and Jeff will feel this, is I remember not only how fun your calls were from Europe. We would wait up for the 10 seconds to get to say hi to you in Europe, and that just meant the world. But the thing I also always remember was nothing was ever too important. And we could call you at the office, we could call you with anybody, and it didn't matter who you were with, Scoop Jackson, Deng Xiaoping, whatever it was, we called, we wanted you, call went through, all was good. We were always the most important, regardless of whatever else was going on. And what a great feeling to know that your parents loved and cared that much. And what a great thing to teach us as we're now parents. So I love you, and I thank you.
I thank you, Chris.